Leslie.
And I'm Shelley.
And we're Sisters in Ebert. Welcome back for another Movie Monday in our Mafia series.
Number 3! The Godfather.
Godfather 3.
Part
we are
3.
finishing the trilogy.
I mean, it was important. We have to
It was
include all
necessary.
3.
It is necessary.
Although when we told Dad we were doing all 3, he was like, you could skip the 3rd one. You didn't tell us that in the summer movies.
No, you did not. 2002's calling, and they said they want their summer back. Okay, so Godfather Part 3. Now this is, let's give a squirrel reading.
Right. So in the summer of movies, we had to watch Dad's favorite films, which apparently wasn't Godfather 3, but
Apparently
he thought,
not.
I have to show them anyway. It completes the magic
It completes the set.
So while we were watching, if we enjoyed the film, we'd be staring at the TV, not focused on anything else. But if we did not enjoy the film or felt uncomfortable, we would divert our attention out the window to see the squirrels playing in our backyard.
Mm-hmm.
So if we did not enjoy the film as much, then our squirrel rating goes higher.
Through the roof.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's uncomfortable, if it's boring, if it's overly sexual and uncomfortable and that nature,
yes. And it should be noted that we watched these, it was 3 days in a row, I'm pretty sure. It was like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I absolutely believe
so by
that.
day 3, we're already there. Fatigued.
Another one.
I bet we started on squirrels on this one. Dad pushed play and we went out the door.
I mean, I was jazzed. I did want to see the whole thing, but
I was not jazzed.
it was long.
I wanted to leave.
Yeah. And this wasn't like now where you're streaming it, you can see how long it is when you pull it up. This was a surprise.
and Dad's got control of that remote, so he's pausing. He's saying, hey, let me tell you this fun fact.
It's
let me
Jeff's
tell you.
director commentary.
Yeah, he's like IMDb just rolling through here in his head, and he can just go through.
So, Godfather Part 3. Now, this one is a late sequel.
Of the trilogy. What is that? What is that called?
What's the third one? Finale? I don't know. Finale?
I don't know. The third one.
But it was made in 1990. So the last one was 1974.
There was a big gap here. Feels like a cash grab. I don't know.
Kind of, yeah. So it opens with a priest request, and it's the same. It's the same director. All 3: Francis Ford Coppola. Mario Puzo is also involved in all 3 of these. The author of the Godfather book. We open with a priest requesting help from Michael as the priests have stolen from the church $769 million deficit.
Is quite a lot.
From the Catholic Church.
Yeah, the Catholic Church has been...
And this was all the way up. Like, this was Rome. This wasn't...
Yeah,
this
wasn't
just some branch.
Calling.
Yeah. Corleone will pay $500 million to the church if they give their share of the company... Oh, geez. Immobilier.
Immobilier.
They keep mentioning it.
Yeah. Oh shoot. How do you say it? Immobilier.
I think it's Mobilier. I write it a couple more times, so hopefully we can get a clear one.
Hopefully we get a better breakdown of the syllables.
The share of their company, Immobilier, which will make Michael the richest man in the world, and the priest negotiates $600 million. So Michael is going to dig him out of this and pretty much leave them with only $169 million deficit. So how did you get $769 million in the hole?
What were you buying?
Right?
I mean, it's a
Hush money to them. Yep. Michael invites his kids and Kay to a celebration. They're adult. The children are adults.
Yeah, everyone has aged quite a bit.
And Kay is remarried. Vincent Mancini has trouble getting into the party. He has the invitation, but they're not letting him in.
Her name's not on the list.
Yeah, it's not on the list. And he comes in with his mother. Kay is remarried, and Michael is blessed by the Pope at this. That's what this whole party is about. He's being honored by the Pope. And Mary is the daughter, and she is flirting with her cousin, who we find out is this Vincent Mancini character.
Yeah, so the one who's angry he can't get in the party is a cousin.
And he flies off the handle, very reminiscent of Sonny. And surprise, surprise, this is Sonny's illegitimate child from his Gumar, from the wedding, at Connie's wedding, when he was running off with this girl.
Yeah, so in part 1, you see him with a bridesmaid.
And the only reason I picked up on who he was is because I recognized the mother walking in with him was the bridesmaid.
Yes, so... Vincent.
She had a glow up in this. Let me just tell you. She did not look... she looked better in this one than she did in the 70s.
Time was good to her.
Was kind to her, yes. Okay, so Mary is the chairman of the Vito Corleone Foundation. And then Johnny Fontaine is there too. He performs after $100 million.
Nice touch.
Yes. After $100 million from the Vito Corleone Foundation to the poor of Sicily has been donated.
A lot of money.
Yes. So Michael's just rolling in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 8 years since Kay and Michael saw each other, and she only came to support Anthony, who wants to quit college / law school and be a professional opera singer. Which Michael's like, no. This is a crazy
You're going to be
idea.
a lawyer.
Yeah. Finish law school, then go be a...
You got to be like Uncle Tom.
Yeah. Which, why wouldn't you finish your law school and then go be a singer? Like, your
voice isn't going to change.
Yeah. I mean, it could...
But if you're not passionate about it...
I get it.
Why do it?
It just seems like I get Michael's point. Like, you want to what now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because how many, like, successful opera singers are there in the world? Can you name some?
Right.
Like, it's a hard business to be successful.
Yes, it is. Okay, so Anthony,
apparently he's good.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah. Anthony knows Michael killed Fredo, and wants nothing to do with his father or his father's business. And Kay dreads Michael. That's what she says. I dread you. I don't hate you, Michael. I dread you.
How did they avoid seeing each other for 8 years when you have 2 children?
I know. Like, I guess Michael just would say, remember Connie was kind of the middle person in the last one with the visits? Maybe that's what
it's like there was nothing special for these children.
They're the couple that needs to exchange at the cop, like in the parking lot, you know?
Yes. I don't think Michael was going to the
I don't think he was either. Vincent is a relative and flirting with the reporter that is at this party. And Don Altabello gives $100 million to attach his name to the Vito Corleone Foundation. Tom Hagen's oldest boy is a priest. And Joey Zassa sees, again, we're getting 800 names, and I don't know the significance of any of them.
It's like, who's important? Who do I need to remember? And who's just a
That's why I have
name.
Trouble with this, because, you don't know who's throwaway and who's not.
Yes.
Joey Zassa sees Michael, who doesn't want to see him, and he's upset that Vincent Mancini is at the party. Joey is, not Michael. Michael wasn't upset. Michael invited him.
True.
Yeah. True. So Vincent, we find out, is, again, Sonny's son, his illegitimate child. He has a same hot head as Sonny. And Vincent has bad blood with Zassa, who he worked for, even though Vincent was offered a job from Michael that he turned down. Vincent revealed... Vincent, well, I think it was it was like a driver or something crappy. You know?
Still.
I know. You think you'd have some protection.
Mob boss, sure.
Who's your uncle, kind of?
Yeah, like you've got to get your foot in the door here.
So Vincent reveals Zassa talks bad about Michael, because, again, he's got loose lips, and loose lips sink ships. Michael has Zassa and Vincent make peace, and Vincent assaults Zassa after Zassa slurs him. And Michael agrees to see about finding a job for Vincent now at this point, because he's out of work.
He didn't just assault him, bit his ear
off. He went Mike Tyson on him.
Which was like an Italian thing.
Okay.
Like the Sicilian thing, like a message.
Okay,
like,
gotcha. Yeah, he bit his ear off. They're pretty gross. Enzo the baker sends the cake for the party.
Yes.
So we're getting all kinds of nods. And Mary and Michael dance together, and it's very nice.
Yes, his baby girl.
Yeah.
And she's kind of the front of this.
It's Vito Corleone Foundation.
Yeah, this foundation. So she's making the speech. She's saying, I'm so thankful for my father who does all this. So, like, she is the face. Of everybody knows this is Mary. This is his daughter.
Yes. Okay, so Vincent sleeps with the reporter who was flirting with him, and Vincent hears a noise and sends the reporter to get water and attacks 3 men who came to attack him. They're kind of like holding her hostage. He was sent by Joey Zassa, and Vincent ended up shooting them. Michael was upset that Vincent shot the men after he got the gun from them, and they only had a knife, as he doesn't want the heat from that.
He's like, you can explain that to the cops.
Yeah.
So, like,
And Andrew is Tom Hagen's priest son who's off to Rome to the Vatican. So, like, yeah, like Vincent, again, like, he went the extra mile. He didn't have to do that. The reporter's all butthurt because he knew something was up, and that's why he sent her out there instead of, she was so, like, disposable. Like, because I didn't like her. Nobody likes her. Right. She was not a likable character.
And Connie defended him to Michael this one. Why is Connie, like, she's the liaison.
Up now in this. Yeah, she's kind of like the consigliere in this.
Like, she and Vincent have some sort of relationship that we didn't see
ever
for many years until this point.
But apparently everybody knew about him and nobody...
Right. She couldn't take care of her own kids, but hey, she's really close with her nephew, Vincent. Her illegitimate nephew, Vincent.
Yes.
But so she's like, Michael, just listen to him. He did what he needed to do. He did the right thing.
Yeah. Connie up in everybody's business in this movie. So Michael now controls the shares of Immobilier.
Yeah. It sounded like an airline. Immobilier.
I think it sounded like millionaire to me too.
That too.
Immobilier.
Yes. It was making him a millionaire.
Yeah, as he was approved into the commission. Michael assures Mary the Vito Corleone Foundation is legitimate. I said they say that a lot.
It's legitimate. It definitely is.
Michael's old contacts feel that he abandoned them and wants to cut off Immobilier. Michael says no and that it must be legitimate. Again, legitimate, but calls a meeting. And the Pope is in poor health in Rome. Got a lot of moving parts going on.
Yes. Yeah, the Pope.
Yeah.
The big man.
Michael is in Rome to be approved by the church for Immobilier, but the church is stalling and delaying it because they're trying to wait out and have the Pope die. Mm-hmm. So that Michael, like, all their bets are kind of off.
The deal.
Even though he already gave the $600 million to the church. Like, they're being so shady about it.
Yeah, it's super shady. They're like, well,
they're not wanting to honor their end of the bargain.
Yeah, he's like, what if he dies? Like, the next pope isn't necessarily going to push this deal
And that's
through.
What he said. All bets are off if he dies. Well, so they straight up tell him, like, hey, we're kind of dragging our feet. Mm-hmm. Vincent is with Michael now, and we see Andrew Hagen, the one of the priests. He's, like, in the Vatican now. There's a cameo from Martin Scorsese's mother in the old neighborhood asking Vincent to get rid of Joe Zassa. And Santino died before Vincent was born. So that's kind of like where the disconnect lays. Mm-hmm. Like, Vincent didn't have a chance to kind of get in with the family as Sonny died first. Mm-hmm. So he's still flirting with Mary. I said, with this movie...
Yeah. She prefaced it. She rewatched it first, and Leslie sent me a text.
You gotta get real comfortable with cousin incest real fast, and you gotta root for it through the whole thing. And it's like,
kind of true.
You gotta suspend a lot of things out of this movie.
And try not to think too hard about.
And it's not like third cousins down the line. This is first cousins.
Yes. Yeah, first cousins. And they're very open about, hey, cousin. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's creepy about it, because she's like, hey, cousin.
They keep mentioning it. Hey, like, if you're trying to flirt with this person, pretend they're not your cousin. Oh, hey.
No, they're into it. That it's cousins.
So into
they're into it that it's cousins.
We're connected by family.
The bloodline's very pure. Okay. So Vincent and Michael are in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and Joey Zassa is also there. Michael has made fortunes for everybody that's at this kind of meeting, all through managing and selling casinos, and he wants to dissolve the business relationship. Yes. He pays out shares generously to everybody with extra bonuses. Like, he's just trying to cut ties cleanly and get legitimate.
Be done with it.
Yeah, that's what this Immobilier thing means to him. Like, that he's trying to get rid of all the other stuff so he can be in a legitimate business.
He's essentially trying to work his way to retirement. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Well, and this is what Kay wanted, though, from the start.
Yeah. And this is set up the family to be able to just step down eventually and just...
and live off of what he's got.
Because he's got no child to step in to be his role.
His next heir.
Because Anthony doesn't want it.
Anthony doesn't want
going
it.
Off to sing.
Mary's a woman, you know.
Mary can't do it.
Which they don't say that, but it's implied.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can go 90.
Yes. So he pays out his shares generously, and then immediately Joey Zasa is very salty, supposedly is tough on his guys dealing drugs in the old neighborhood and feels disrespected by Michael. He's passing around jewelry plate at the meeting.
Yeah, everybody just take a piece that you like.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, it was like estate jewelry. Yeah. And the glasses on the table start vibrating as a helicopter arrives and tries to shoot all gangsters that are at this meeting. And Vincent gets Michael out. Mm-hmm. So, like, he protects him. Yeah.
He's just like, let's go.
Yeah, like, he's like, come on.
Now seems like a good time to go.
But everybody else is getting, like, blown to
Yeah,
bits.
they're like, whoa, they're all surprised. But he's like, let me find the nearest exit in a calm and orderly fashion.
Yeah. And he knew, like, this back door entrance to go. Right. Yeah. So the old Dons are all dead except for a few survivors who now make deals with Zasa. Mm-hmm. And Vincent, is a hothead again. And Michael reprimands him for talking in front of outsiders, much like very reminiscent to Sonny. Mm-hmm. Again, loose lips sink ships. Mm-hmm. So Michael knows Zasa isn't the sole person involved, and just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Pacino is heated.
He is heated in this. And the true enemy has not yet shown their face. Mm-hmm. So he knows somebody,
And he's getting worked up in this moment.
Which in The Sopranos, that was an ongoing thing. The one character who is played by Little Steven from Bruce Springsteen's band, like he does his impression all the time. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back. And they have a whole episode where he's just doing this impression. So that was immediately what I thought. I was like, yeah. So Michael immediately has some kind of episode in the kitchen and is taken to the hospital, which I think we find out he's diabetic or something. He has a diabetic stroke and is in a coma. The church is worried as all will be exposed if Michael dies. Mm-hmm. So now they're like,
oh, maybe we should have signed the deal.
We should have signed the deal. Why didn't we sign the deal?
Where's the paper?
Kay comes to see Michael in the hospital and wants to thank him for Tony, Anthony, who will debut in Sicily opera on Easter. Like that's easy. A huge thing. But yeah, Michael must have pulled a few strings. But again, it's Sicily though too, so like it still looks like old style Sicily. Yes. So I mean, this isn't Michael is very much in with all of the old neighborhoods.
So he has
villages.
Yes, the villages.
Michael vows not to miss Tony's debut, and Mary comes to see Vincent at work at a club. Hey, cuz. And then the guy even comes out, hey, your cousin's outside.
Yeah. So she introduces herself, hey, I'm Vincent's cousin. Can you go tell him I'm here?
Yeah. Mary is scared about her father and remembers shooting from childhood with the one in Godfather 2 at the compound in Tahoe, which we never see Mary in that entire movie.
No.
So it's all Anthony all the time.
We didn't know she was around.
She's like in the scene with Kay where she's visiting the children. Yeah. That's about it. And it's not, she doesn't look at all like she does now.
She's young.
Yeah, and fears this is happening again. She asks to hide out with Vincent instead of at home with Connie, who is now very close to Michael. Vincent and Mary start becoming physical, and Joey Zasa, Joey Zasa is at an Italian festival. They love these festivals, these street festivals. And one in every movie. Yeah. And he tries to rough up the boy whose soccer ball got away from him and hassled by a young man, and hooded men in the parade shoot at Zasa, who is finally shot down by a cop on horseback. So, there's a giant thing against. Michael's must send all these.
Wasn't Vincent the cop?
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh. I missed
he
that.
He was in disguise.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's right, because he overstepped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, why are you doing this?
Yes.
That's not the way we do these things.
Michael's angry. Finds out Vincent gave the order. And he's like, what? You're not in this position to give orders.
Because he had said it before, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he
it was just, the robes did not look great in that parade.
No.
They looked like, they might have been KKK is what they looked like. They were not great robes. I'm sure it's something that we don't know about that's Italian heritage, but so he finds out Vincent gave the order, and Vincent helped Michael to bed, warns Vincent of making the same mistakes with his temper as Sonny did, and to stay away from Mary as it's too dangerous. That's what they keep saying. It's too dangerous.
Too dangerous. Stay away from Mary.
And I'm like, is it too dangerous because like you don't want them together? Is it too dangerous because they're gonna have kids with fins? Elaborate on the danger, please. Yeah, because that's all they say is it's too dangerous. Like they keep saying it.
It's dangerous for his heart because his heart's going to give out if his daughter marries her cousin.
My only daughter, and this is what she's done. In Sicily, Michael again arrives with improved health.
Mm-hmm. He's coming around.
Yeah, they go to be advised with. He goes to be advised with Vincent to Don Tomasino from the first one, the first Godfather. Remember, he's in that one too. I think he's the one that protected him when he had to go into hiding.
Okay. Yeah,
the New Jersey massacre in Atlantic City left New York and the drug scene unstable.
That's what made it unstable.
Yeah. And they will try to reason with the cardinal in charge of the church. Mm-hmm. All are in Sicily for Tony's debut and are having a party to celebrate. Tony surprises his father with the Godfather theme as he remembers Apollonia. Michael remembers Apollonia and watches Mary with Vincent.
He's getting emotional.
Yeah, and Michael tells Mary and Tony about Apollonia and his experience, like, because he never told his kids about this, obviously. This is something that happened to me that was significant in my life. Yeah. Bless you.
Excuse me.
And tells Mary she can't see Vincent. So maybe that's what he means by too dangerous. Like he's thinking like an Apollonia moment could happen with her.
Did I sneeze on you? Sorry.
No. I think it was a hair. Just a tickle for her.
Hello. I felt it coming and I was like, oh no, it's gonna happen. No, but I think this is like he's finally connecting with his kids after all these years. Like I think his health scare
it
brought it back together.
It definitely did.
Because he was close with Mary, but not with Anthony. So it was nice that they have this moment together.
Yeah, and he kind of lets them in, and she shows pictures. Like, I mean, it was nice. I didn't even know he had pictures of Apollonia.
Yeah, I don't think he did up until this. They're like, we need some artifacts here. Make it real.
He tells Mary she can't see Vincent. Michael tells Vincent to betray him to Don Altabello and to run away with Mary, even though they are first cousins. and he wants in with Altabello instead, and will trap him if he hints that he's betraying Michael. So like that, like he's sending him as a trap, you know.
Yeah, he's orchestrating this, like make it seem like you're betraying me.
Yeah, that's what it means. So like he wants to run away with Mary, and that's why he can't be like he doesn't want Michael in charge. Blah 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 blah. So the Vatican is still stalling Michael as the diabetes episode occurs again, and he needs orange juice and candy due to stress. Michael gives a confession to the cardinal and confesses to betraying Kay and himself and killing, including Fredo. So he admits to his sins.
He's confessing
all the stuff that he was behind.
He feels badly about it.
The
Apparently.
Pope dies from poor health. And Michael talks to Connie about always trying to move up in society, but that higher he goes, the more crooked people are, and he feels changed since giving confession. Connie believes Fredo drowned. She does not know Michael killed Fredo. Yeah. Which, how'd he drown, Connie? He was on a boat, Connie.
Yeah. Did you not notice any? Did you not see the body?
Yeah. Was there no open casket on Fredo?
Well, he drowned, I guess. He was too bloated.
Don Altabello asks for help removing the stone in the shoe, which is Michael. And Kay arrives in Sicily for Tony's debut, and her husband couldn't come. Michael wants to show her around, like his old stomping grounds. He shows Tony the drawing he saved from the night of the attack after the first communion in Godfather 2. That, do you like this? Yes, you know, he saved Anthony's drawing. Michael takes Kay out touring as a surprise.
Yeah, she like gets in the car for a day of joy, and he's the driver.
He's the driver. Surprise! And it's like that Pacino. He was more Pacino than Michael.
Yes,
he was like,
he definitely was a little out of character there in a good way.
It was cute. It was cute. Yeah.
It showed like he wanted to have a connection with her again too. Because he does feel badly.
He wants to make amends.
How everything happened.
Connie wants Vincent to take revenge if Michael is attacked. And Michael and Kay stumble upon a wedding and discuss kissing cousins, Mary and Vincent, with a very appropriate puppet show that is also about cousins wanting to be together. Like, this must be a theme.
Yeah, this is a Sicilian thing, I guess. I don't know. We're not Sicilian. We don't understand it.
We're out of the loop. I mean, I guess Ireland too. Well, she's my cousin, so she's obviously got a leg up on. I guess it's just old world stuff.
Yeah. This is the 90s. We should be past it.
There's a lot of fishies in the sea. Okay. So again, there's a very appropriate puppet show that they like stumble upon. Kay laments to that Michael is being like Tony, but joining the business anyways, because like Tony wants to separate himself, but then he went into like Michael wanted to separate himself, but he went into it anyways.
Yeah.
Don Tomasino is killed for sheltering Michael and providing him protection. Michael asks Kay's forgiveness as he still loves her, and Kay always loves Michael too. Dreams of how he would leave the family. One day, yeah.
That day never came.
Oh, he dreams of how he lost his family. Sorry, Michael had a dream.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I wrote that wrong.
No.
But
Kay
always loved Michael. They had very sweet connection.
They have a mutual love, but she just was done.
Yep. Interrupted with news that Tomasino is dead and the new pope is elected, John Paul I. Michael prays for a chance to redeem himself and will sin no more by Tomasino's casket. Vincent informs Michael that there is an assassin hired to kill him, and that Michael always wanted out and Vincent wants in. He cannot give Vincent an order to avenge and says that if Vincent wants in, he must give up Mary. Vincent agrees and becomes the new Don, Vincenzo Corleone.
Yeah, so he
is the new,
he's taken over for Michael.
Vincenzo Corleone. So the opera is that night, and all attend. Connie wishes Don Altabello a happy 80th birthday. She's the only one who remembered it's his 80th birthday. And Michael approved by the church for a mobile. So everything's coming through at once. Vincent breaks things off with Mary, and
she's mad.
Yeah, and she's like, "Wait, what? No!"
And he won't talk to her. He's like, "I can't right now. Bye."
Yeah. Connie gives Altabello a cannoli. That's a very fancy cannoli, and as a treat. And he has her take a bite to make sure. Like he's like, "Please, you're so skinny.
You're
take
so
a bite.
Skinny. You should have some of this." And
he's suspicious of it.
She's like,
"Yeah, it takes the tiniest little."
I didn't even get any in her mouth.
So I guess she's.
I don't think he was suspicious.
No,
I think he was just.
I think he was suspicious.
You think?
Yeah, and I think she was just relying on old man eyesight to like. So many people are dying during the opera. I put a plot against the new pope as well, and the pope was killed by smothering. Yeah, he was out before he was even in 20. Like it was very quick.
It wasn't smothering. It was the tea. When they brought in the cup of tea, it was poison.
I thought they put a pillow over his face too.
No.
Oh.
They gave him poison tea.
Okay. And Connie watches as Altabello is killed by her poison cannoli that she gave him. That was poison.
Yeah.
And
Connie finally did something for this
family.
Yeah.
She's finally not just draining on the resources. She finally giving some help.
As soon as Michael's not in charge anymore, she's like, I'll help.
I guess I'll throw him a bomb. So many other guys are killed, including Lucchese, which I wrote that name.
He was important.
Yeah, he was important. The sniper is trying for Michael during the opera, but he moves over a seat.
It was like a Lincoln scenario. They're in a box seat.
Yeah.
But he's like in another box looking over, but can't get a good shot now because he's moving. Which I feel like he had opportunity plenty of times.
He had so many opportunities.
But way to break up a show. Like there's gonna be panic all of a sudden when they realize.
I think that's maybe why he didn't take the shot, because he was waiting for a loud point in the show.
Maybe, but the whole family's gonna start freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just wanted that extra couple of seconds to get. I don't know, whatever.
Lost the shot.
Yeah. Michael is happy the Corleone name will be associated with Tony's voice.
He does have a lovely voice.
And Mary comes to talk to Michael on the steps. Dad! Shots are taken at Michael and they get Mary instead.
Yeah.
Dad?
I think it's Daddy.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was Daddy. I think it was Dad. Dad.
She falls
yeah,
down.
like her whole stomach is just shot.
She was murdered.
Yeah. Michael screams silently and then aloud.
He is pained. Yes. That is a look of pain.
He did. Yes. Pacino did a really good job there.
Kay is
losing her mind
too.
It happens right in front of them because it's all on the steps. It was very
They're
flustered.
leaving the opera like
everybody's
this was
chatting.
Wonderful, what a great show. Like nobody's realizing all these other people have died yet.
Yeah.
Like they start to leave. Vincenzo's trying to usher them out quietly before everybody starts to notice. Yeah.
There's a flashback to the dance at the beginning of the film between Michael and Mary.
Oh,
and then we cut to Michael alone as an old man in Sicily. And he dies, right?
Yeah, he's sitting there in his chair like he's outside in the sun. And you just see like he's got that look just like, my life. What has happened to my life? And then just... slumps over. And then completely falls off the chair. That wow, he really committed.
Yep. And that's it. And that's like this movie. Okay, like I don't have many facts about this movie, but from what I gathered, both Mario Puzo and Francis Ford Coppola were not pleased with the final edit.
No, yeah.
And they're like they redid it years later to make it the death of Michael Corleone. But like they still weren't happy.
I know Pacino wasn't happy either.
They got rushed to put it out. Too.
Yeah.
They were they were given a timeline that they had like at the last minute they were given a timeline like, hey, this needs to come out by like Christmas, blah blah blah, or whatever, you know. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just
Pacino
gonna say Pacino didn't believe that Michael would want to atone for Fredo. He didn't think he'd feel bad about it.
Oh yeah.
For a lot
Fredo
of it,
had him hit. Yeah, that's true.
But that was like a big part of the storyline, and he didn't believe it.
Disagree.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too.
Because Michael was very idealistic in the beginning. If he's hitching his wagon back to that old mindset,
and like you're trying to reconnect with your kids, you're trying to reconnect with Kay. You see these things that led you to lose them, and that was part of it.
And that was his big fear in Godfather Part II is losing his family, and he lost his family. They were gone.
Yeah.
They were all very, very separated at the beginning of this movie, and then came back together. So.
Yeah.
Do you have any fun facts?
I can't remember any at this moment. There weren't.
Obviously,
like
this one, Sofia Coppola was in the biggest role. She played Mary.
She got horrible reviews.
I can see why.
Yeah, they were like,
she wasn't great.
Just terrible. Yeah. I didn't think she was that bad. But
she wasn't terrible. The character was terrible.
It's not
like there's only so many ways to play it. Like she wasn't bad.
And she had to go back and re-record her voice over her scenes for a lot of them because they said she sounded too Valley Girl. Like so it was even worse. Before the reshoot.
Hey, cuz. Well, she does sound like a Valley Girl. Hey, cuz.
Yeah.
Hey, cuz. Everything's like, oh, yeah.
Feels a little flighty.
Yeah.
We gotta be in love with cousin, I guess.
I don't believe she'd be in the, like a CEO position of the Vito Corleone.
Yeah, they wouldn't have her be the face. I was trying, how old was she?
She was only supposed to be like 18, 19 years old.
Like I couldn't, she looked young, but I couldn't figure out what age we're at here.
Yeah, so it's a big ask, this movie. It's not great. It's the shortest of them.
That was nice. I do have to say, like, the first two, watching them, I felt like I was right back on that couch that summer. Just like, why am I being...
She even said, she was like, she's bringing our viewers, like, we want you to feel like we...
Yes, and we're doing it to them. We're making you all feel this way. But it was like, why am I watching these again? This one, I felt like the pacing was different. I felt like a lot of time had gone by. They're like, we're not going to be as slow. It felt more like a normal movie where it's moving
I think maybe that was the problem. Maybe they felt like a fish out of water.
Maybe,
This isn't what they were used to, and they just did it, and it doesn't feel right. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not...
It's not at the caliber that the other two are.
We saw what they were capable of.
I did like the storyline. Now that I understand it.
Okay.
Like, I think...
It made sense.
It made sense. Like, it was like, you're trying to wrap it up. Yeah. This whole, like, Pope stuff, that was very interesting. Yeah. Like, eye-opening that this mafia.
They brought that in,
connection.
and it was neat because they did bring in like historical, like like when this would have happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do have to say, like, I think I enjoyed watching this one more than I enjoyed watching the other two, even though like this is the worst of the stories. Like, just the pacing.
She did me. She texted me. She's like, I think I like this one the best.
I feel bad saying it. I don't think I should. I feel dirty. Honey, the dirt's not coming off. Unclean. But yeah, I think it just moved a little easier for me, so it was easier for me to sit through it.
She's a younger of us elder millennials, so she got sucked into it. Yeah.
But as far as a squirrel rating, I think I enjoyed it as a kid
more
than
too.
the other one as well, because you have these younger characters that you're watching.
I remember thinking Andy Garcia was very attractive too.
Yes.
When I saw this, and I'm like, okay, I can watch him for an afternoon.
I can watch that. Yeah. And the cousin thing didn't stick.
No, I didn't notice that in the beginning
as much when we were kids.
I did not remember that.
I remembered it, but I didn't pay as much attention to it as a kid. Probably because I was tuning in and out. Like, I wasn't hearing every time, hey, Cuz.
Hey, Cuz.
Hey, Cuz.
I wasn't putting that together as a child.
And I think this was the only one
I was
where you have, like, a romance going on.
Yes.
Whereas, like,
that's
what sucks in a preteen girl. So that's what, like, I tuned back in for those parts. Like, I remembered I remembered more of this.
I did not recall this Atlantic City scene
I didn't either.
All.
I think because I was bored.
Okay.
And I wasn't understanding it.
It reminded me of on The Simpsons, like the
McBain. It's true.
It is.
They probably do have like one that nods to
Probably.
But
The Simpsons is tapped on everything.
I think the squirrel rating was high.
Yeah.
Probably like in the 20s.
Yeah, I would say.
As a teenager. And now it's down to like a 5.
Yeah, again, I would say about a 5 for this one.
Yeah,
too,
like I was in and out.
And it's not that I couldn't keep up. It's not that I didn't like the story. It was the dang. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot to like.
I could not get on board with the cousin thing, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I could not get on board with it.
I'm like, to watch.
It was rough. And I'm like, I know these people aren't related in real life, but it was just gross. Like, I couldn't. But yeah. That's where I was at. Yeah. So I would say mine's about the same. And it was just because of that like little touch to it. And I don't know why that turned me off so much. I don't know.
We're glad for it. That's a good thing. Our male cousins are safe from Leslie. She's not from Shelby.
Why would you want to marry your cousins? Because they're so attractive. If you're a Simpsons fan.
Yeah. Then you'll know what we're referencing.
I won't live in a town that robs them the right to marry their cousins. But yeah, our male cousins are very safe, and so it was just that was my whole hang up on this. And again, I get it, like it was a fitting end. I felt
it was no Tom in this one.
Yeah, that I was kind of bummed out. I kept waiting for him to show up.
Yeah, he wanted a salary increase that they were not willing to give, so he said, "Nope, I'm not going to be in it."
Yep, and they mentioned like his son, but that's the only nod to Tom.
And he later said, like, "I don't regret it."
No, I don't blame him. And it's funny too because I said like we're just off of the Christmas season, obviously. And I watched 4 Christmases recently where Robert Duvall's in that, and he's just like Vince Vaughn's dad in that movie, and he's so funny. And I said I can't see him as that after watching him play Tom Hagen for 2 movies. Yes. I was like, I can't, like, it broke my brain a little bit. I was like, how is this the same guy? But he's a great actor.
He really is.
But we thank you for joining us. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Plenty here.
Yeah, it's a lot. We got one more film coming from our Mafia series, so hang in with us, kids.
Yes.
Buckle up. We got one more to go, and we'll be over
lighten
the
it up
hump.
a little.
Yeah. We thank you for joining us. If you look in the description below, you'll find links to our social media accounts. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Sisters and Ebert. Please like, follow, subscribe, comment, everything. We do release like a little promo on Fridays usually for our Monday video release, and just as a little teaser, a little taste.
Sometimes they're funny.
Sometimes
we look ridiculous.
Yeah, we try.
Come along and laugh with us.
Yeah, at us. Come laugh at us. And obviously on YouTube, please follow us, like, subscribe, comment, all the things. Ring the little victory bell down there, and that'll get you notifications for when we post new content. But we thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Monday at the movies.